Hello everybody and welcome to the channel again. If you're new here, my name is Chris. Today we're going to go ahead and get started on the 882 diesel Cub Cadet. I have to do some maintenance on it. I got to change the belts. It has two belts on the engine, and I want to change the hydraulic fluid and filter for the transmission. So let me get you set on a tripod and let's go ahead and get into it. All right, I'm going to try and get you the best view here. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do this front belt. And I'm going to have to take the mower deck belt off. So let me get that off real quick. Oh, I lost the spring to that. Well, that's not good. Ow. Okay, it's off down here. Let's go ahead and get it off the engine pulley. Get it past the fan. And there we go. All right, so what we're going to do is loosen this bolt here. This is your adjustment bolt for the idler. And I'm going to have to loosen this one here on top. And just go ahead and take it off the pulleys. Guess I'm going to have to unhook this too. Oh, that was easy. I was thinking that was going to be hard. Metal bolt and aluminum. Go ahead and get this out of here. That off. Okay. Now we can get this off. Slip it over the PTO down here. Maybe. Stuck on the other side. Oh, what is this? Stuck on. Oh my. Stuck on that little. I didn't see that coming. Stuck on that little bracket that holds the PTO in place to keep it from spinning. Okay. Well, I guess I got to get more wrenches. So I will be back. All right, I'm back, and I got tools now. But you guys got to know this. You're not going to believe this, but I have a little transmitter piece for my microphone that fits in the charge port of my phone for the microphone, and I set it up here with the microphone, and when you know it, I set it down, and it tumbled down in here between this plate and the crank and everything down in here, and I spent the last 10 minutes fishing this thing out. So let me get you set up on the tripod, and there's a plate down here I have to take off. Let me see if I can get you a little closer. Lower this. Ooh, almost lost it. Tripod down. Shrink you a little more here. That's a little better. So there's bolts back in here that keep this bracket on. And maybe, just maybe, I can loosen one of the bolts up and take one of the bolts out. And maybe slip the belt past. That would be nice. You not half inch or 9/16. You are indeed half inch. You are 13. Yep. Came out surprisingly easy. All right, set this aside so I don't lose it. This washer and bolt. I bend this out of the, oh, almost. Not quite. You have to take it off the bottom too. Dang. Let me figure out how I'm going to get in here. Give me a second here and I will bring you back. All right, I got it. I figured it out. You know, sometimes whenever we do things, we get in a little bit of a hurry and don't logically think things through. When I pulled this little bracket, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? I could have just turned it, had it off. No, to make it more difficult on myself. All right, so there's that belt. As you can see, it is either the original or was replaced at some point. So let's go ahead and size it up here. Make sure I get the right one. Look at my billing sheet. Cooling fan. I guess it's that one. 3/8 by 27. Okay. Just put this back on the same way I took it off. Come on there, belt. Get out of the way. Okay, there's that. Get past the PTO here. There's that. Get that back up there so I can put that bolt back in. After I get the PTO lined up with the notch. Come on. Okay, there we go. Get that whole line back up. Okay, there's that one. Go ahead and get this put back together. Get my ground strap. Put this bolt back through. And then the washer. Put the bolt back in. Maybe. Oh, this is a pain. Okay. Try it now. Alright, why are we struggling so much? I need to go in more? Line up with the hole better? Oh, that's too far. That might be it right there. There we go. That's much better. Alright. Now it's in the ground strap sideways. So I can't spin. Alright, let's try that. Oh, much better. Alright, that's tight. Take it back to the other side. Alright, back on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and get this up over the fan pulley, maybe. Okay, up over the fan pulley, down on the crank, over the idler, and go ahead and tighten that back up. Okay. Maybe get a little more tension, just a touch. All right, that's pretty decent there. Go ahead and tighten this back up. Go ahead and plug the PTO back in. And then put its little keeper thing back in here. Okay, there's that. Now, to do the back belt, it's a little more involved because I'll take this off of here and show you. The motor's going to have to come forward. Come on, get unstuck. The motor's going to have to come forward because right there is where the drive shaft connects. So it's going to have to come off of there. See if I can get the focus on something other than there. I have to take and unbolt that coupler or something and then slide the motor forward just enough to go ahead and slide it off of there. So I'm going to have to take the grill and hood off, take the headlights, well, leave the headlights on, but undo them, the wires, take that support off of the radiator, the grill's got to come off, and there's 4 bolts that holds this crate in, that holds the motor in, the mounting pad, whatever you want to call it, and then take 2 of these bolts out of the drive shaft and slide it forward. Maybe not have to mess with this wiring here. That would be great. Leave it alone. So yeah, you can see here, like there a little bit on the alternator, back here, belt material. So it's, and you can see that it's focus right there, right there. You can see that it's dry cracked pretty bad. And this belt actually somewhere, I think it's right here. Let me turn this a little bit. Actually, you look right there, the 9/8 logo with the part number. So this one here is most likely an original belt. So let me go ahead and get you set up on the tripod again, and we'll start tearing into this. All right, first of all, I'm going to take the hood off. I'm just going to take one of these little things off here and slide the hood out so I don't have to mess with these adjustments on these. I want to keep those the same. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. What size are you? 13. 9/16, I think. Is that what you are? No, you're 1/2 inch. 13 back so I don't lose it. An extension, probably going to need it. This is the first time I've done this, so I don't know exactly if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but this is the way I'm doing it. Just lay those in the battery tray, take that out. Okay, there's the hood. Lay that off to the side. And then I'm gonna need a screwdriver. I'll take this support off. I would imagine, where'd my wrench go? There you are, you fell. 7/16. I guess so. Yeah, that's weird. I think they would use 1/2 inch the whole way across. Why do I know? I'm not any kind of engineer. Set that back here on the battery tray. Now I'm going to get a screwdriver and take these screws out. So I'm gonna have to go inside real quick, get a screwdriver, and I'll be back. Well, that's nice. They come off nice and easy. Oh, I had to say something. Why did I have to say something? It's not even in the right spot, the headlight. Don't lose that. Gonna need that. I think this is an original headlight here. This one was replaced. This one is original. All right, let's just set that back there. Now we can go ahead and maybe lay that off to the side. And then go ahead and take, there are 4 bolts down here. 1, 2, and then 2 on the other side. There's these big plates that hold this in, so I go ahead and take those off. I believe they are 1/2 inch. That's what they are, if I remember right. From the times I've done this before. Yep, 1/2 inch. Okay. There's the grill. Now, set these off to the side. Yeah. Now I need to get in here and get those bolts off somehow for the drive shaft. So let me lower you down here. Bring you down to another level. Okay. Not sure how much of this you can see. Probably not much. Not really. Doing my best here. Wiggly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take a couple of those bolts out and get that drive shaft loose. And then take the 4 bolts out for this bed plate and slide the engine forward. So maybe I'll just bring you guys back when I'll go ahead and take these bolts out for the drive shaft, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, I'm back. I went ahead and got the engine slid forward, and now I can get to the belt. As you can see, it's off the drive shaft. Now all I need to do is loosen this bolt up here for the alternator, slide it in, take the belt off. I guess. That's not 10. What size is this? 9/16. Is it just half? Or 13? No. or 11 millimeter. What it is? I think it's 11. No, 12. Yes, 12. What size is this one? Is that half? That one's half. For the bottom of the alternator. Get that belt off. Yeah, this one was making itself a cogged belt. Let's go ahead and get the real cog belt. It's supposed to go on there. On there. That on the crank. Get it on the water pump. And then the alternator. Almost had it. Ouch. All right. This tightened up. Get a finger. Get that tightened up. Looking pretty good there. Tighten this bottom one up here. Now we just have to slide the motor back. That should be fun. But I will bring you guys back whenever I get it back. I'm going to go get my wife and have her help me. All right. The motor is back in now, all bolted back down. I got this belt replaced, nice and tensioned up. And yeah, so I'm going to put you on the tripod and let's go ahead and get everything bolted back on. Have to put the tonneau cover back on, get the grill and hood put back on. So let me get you set up here. All right. This is all going to be just opposite, obviously, of how it was all taken apart. And then you just have to make sure it all goes back in the same spot. If I can get any of these to thread in. Because none of them want to. And I don't know why. Alright, there's one. Got it started. Go ahead and get this other side started in. Okay. Get those all lined up. That looks about right. ½ inch. If I could ever find the bolt. You're in there somewhere. No, you're not. Where'd you go? Fell out. Where'd you go? There it is. Huh. I wonder where that came from. Just a random washer. Alright. Make sure this is angled right so you guys can see. Oh, yeah. And the way up a little bit more. That's better. Go ahead and put this headlight back in. When I find my screwdriver. Aha. All right, come on. Here we go. That one. There it is. Okay, there's that headlight in. Now let's not forget this. Our little radiator support bolt that goes on the inside of the grill. If I remember, that was a 7/16. Yes, it was. Okay. And then we're gonna need 9/16 for hinge bolt. Go ahead and get the hood back on. That's not right. It was only 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. All right, that's that part. Side panels. To fix this throttle while I'm in here too. I don't know why it keeps coming off here. But it does. All right, let's give it a test fire. Make sure these belts are tracking properly. Give it the glow plugs. Something is wrong with this. Well, they all look good, but now I have a new problem. My throttle is not working, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to dig into that too. Okay, it's the next day. I finished all that, the belts and everything yesterday, got it all put back together. And today, I had to go to the store yesterday and buy hydraulic fluid for this because we were going to change the transmission fluid and filter. So let's go ahead and give this thing a cold start. It's currently 60 degrees, and then I have to go run it around. I want to get the fluid warmed up, before I change it, and I have to get the mower neck off as well because the drain plug is on the front of the transmission, right below the filter. So let's go ahead and get it started up and take it for a little drive, get it all warmed up, bring it back, and change out all that stuff. All right, they call for 15 seconds. I'm going to use the phone, I think, as my counter. All right, there's 15 seconds. Let's go a little more. Might have to replace these glow plugs. Let's try it again. Aw. Guess I have to put my jump box on it. Alright, I got my jump box. Let's try this again. Glow plugs are working on it, because that was pretty smoky. But from what I've seen on other YouTube videos, these seem to be a little smoky when they start cold. Like they're kind of hard starting, but I don't know. I might throw a set of glow plugs in and eventually see what it does. So let's go ahead and let that warm up and go ahead and take it for a ride and warm that transmission up. Alright, it's all warmed up now. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the fluid. I got you in the best spot that I can think of to see the most that you can for this. You know, the last time this stuff was changed. It's looks like a little, might have some water in it, a little thin. So it's a good thing we're changing it. Got 7 quarts in here, that's how much this takes. And that's exactly how big my pan is, so hopefully the pan's big enough. Might have to stop it somewhat through and dump my pan out first before I finish. Gulp, 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 gulp. All right, I think I'm going to stop it there. Go ahead and empty my pan out. And then I'll bring you guys back. All right, so here's what I'm using. This is an actual Cub Cadet filter. As you can see, 923-3014. And this, the Roll King brand of high trans. Now, the way I like to do this, I'll show you up in here. So there's your drain plug, and there's where your filter goes. Now the way I like to do this is take your filter out first, drain your fluid out first, and then take your filter off, because it empties the filter out when you do that. It sucks all the fluid out of the filter, so you don't have a big mess when you take the filter off. So your big mess really is down here at the bottom whenever you drain it. So let's go ahead and get the filter prepped, get some oil put on the O-ring, and get it screwed up in there. Now, here comes the fun part. Anybody that's done these tractors before knows the fun of filling these up. And for those of you that don't, let me tell you why. MTD thought it was a great idea when they designed these to not put a vent in the transmission. So when you try and fill this out of this 3/8 tube, your air is coming out of here while you're trying to fill it. So you have to fill it slowly. Now, I've seen people put vents in these. Not sure if I want to do that, but it is painstakingly slow to put 7 quarts in this transmission, because they didn't take the time to design a vent in the top of it. So you will be here forever, just letting you know. And if there's anybody out there that's done this before, like I said, you know the pain. So let's go ahead and start filling it. All right, well, I'm all done with this. Got the filter on, and so yeah, this. Drop that. This is the mess I was talking about. It just gurgles up whenever it releases the air and blows it all up out of there. It just makes a mess. So now I've got to clean this all up. But it's all done. It's all full. Now the thing I like to do, because it works perfect, is I took and cut the top off the Coke bottle, and the top of that Coke bottle fits perfect right down in here. Once you take this out, once you take this dipstick out, the top of that Coke bottle fits right down in there. And it acts more like a splash shield than it does really a funnel, but it still helps with keeping everything clean. I mean, that's not as bad. What you see here is not as bad as it could be. So it could be a lot worse than what it really is. So that's what drips all the way down here, and that's what from off the jug. Yeah, so you got yourself quite a mess whenever you do this job. But it's all done. It's filled up. And so yeah, that's it for the maintenance on this thing so far. I already put a new air filter in it. I did that off camera. What else? the last thing we did to this was take the thermostat out and put a new fuel filter on. And I have another thermostat for it. I'm just not going to do that in this video because I don't know if you can hear in the background, but the sea is running. And I got a 2-bottom plow for the sea. So I have to take it over to my dad's farm and get rid of the post hole digger that's on the back. There, got you flipped around so you can see me while I talk instead of looking at the ground. So, the next video, I'm going to be doing a super C, a formal C video for the next video. So yeah, I'm going to get that over to the farm, and I need a new cover. This is really cloudy. Wow, terrible. But anyways, I'm going to be getting the C over to the farm and shooting a video plowing with that. I bought a 2-bottom 14-inch 3-point Ferguson plow for it. So we're going to be going over today, the wife and I, and we're going to be putting that thing to work. See how good it plows. Never plowed with a big tractor before, just with garden tractor. So even though we did it when I was a kid on the farm, my dad planted corn a couple times, but other than that, I've never done it with a bigger tractor. So we're going to see how this goes. So for this one, this is going to be it. Like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Hopefully you guys like this stuff. So yeah, until next time, see you in the next video. Bye.